The first 100 days, comparable to Roosevelt's 100 days in 1933, were critical because what Roosevelt did was to take a country with long lines of people out of work, farmers had lost their land, factories had shut down, and he changed the psychology of the American public. People could believe in themselves again, that this country could solve problems. So the first 100 days of the next administration has got to make that same kind of shift. The American public believes that it can solve problems again. And the most exciting opportunity, I think, for the new president is to say that these things are all issues that are linked around climate and energy issues. They're not just other items on a long list of issues. These are the linchpins that hold all of these issues together. Get those few things right, and we'll get lots of other things right. Foreign policy, balance of payments, crime, poverty, fairness, and environment. And it's a matter of making a few simple changes, changes that will appear someday to our great-grandchildren as merely obvious things that we should have done a long time before.
So the first 100 days of this administration is so critical. It's probably the most exciting time to be alive. And it's a time when all of us, every single one of you, has to join in pushing this president and this Congress to act at a scale and with a speed that makes the Marshall Plan and the Apollo project look tame.
The first 100 days of a president's administration can use that bully pulpit to rally the country, to bring people together, to ignite that energy that people have, to be able to work together to make the kind of change that we need both here in the United States and we need around the world.
The incoming president can set a vision, can explain to the American people that our economy is in trouble, our world is in trouble, because we have had a flawed energy policy and a flawed economic policy, and from this day forward, we are going to fix that. And explain how. We are going to, first of all, implement much greater energy productivity. Every bit of energy that we are already getting from whatever source will be made to work harder so that Americans can live happier. The president will explain that using fossil fuels dug up from the earth is destroying the capacity of the earth to sustain life as we know it, and that we don't have to, that coal is dirty and dangerous, that oil is expensive and comes from parts of the world that are fragile, and that's owned by people who don't like us. In Jim Woolsey's words, he used to run the CIA, we're funding both sides on the war on terror. We're paying for our guys, we buy oil from the guys who pay for the other guys. This is daft. We don't have to do it.
We need a clear vision from the president, and we need Congress endorsing that vision. A clear vision that says, here's the America that we all want, and this is the America we, from this moment on, are striving for. To create, to recreate the America that has eliminated, ultimately, its environmental impacts for the sake of 10,000 generations.
This is a time to be as alive and real as we've ever been. It's a time for us to not be normal, to put aside the kind of norms that say keep doing the same stuff we've been doing, to go to classes the way we're going to classes, to go to work the way we're going to work. If you have the ability to go to Washington for the upcoming power shift, go. If you have the ability to meet with your member of Congress, it is in these 100 days that you must go and say, a little bit is not enough. Incrementalism is not the way we're going to turn this country around. This 100 days are the 100 days that your children and their children and my grandchildren are going to depend on. This is a time when we must come together in ways we've never come together before.